It is going to be today that we are going to discuss some wild forecasts made by billionaires, as well as geopolitics, trade wars, and everything else that is happening right now that is going to have a significant influence on the price of XRP and also on the rest of the cryptocurrency market. There is no denying the fact that this is the way these markets operate. We are going to do a deep dive into XRP, especially towards the conclusion of this video, talking about a lot of the new updates we have here, what I believe is going to happen in the short term, and then we are going to sort of take it from there. But yes, we are going to do that. After all of that has been stated, I have received a great deal of information regarding international commerce over the course of the past 24 hours alone. Since this morning, things have begun to heat up quite a little, and this is very noteworthy. During this week, President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping are scheduled to talk about trade over the phone. This is something that we can see happening. First and foremost, this is really encouraging news. This is what has to be accomplished. The people are looking for a solution to the problem. Everyone wants to see an end to tariffs. However, here is the deal, gentlemen. There is not going to be a complete resolution discovered for this issue. We have to quit holding ourselves to that standard of expectation. A lot of individuals, whether they are commenting on the post or simply using social media, are saying things like, hey, this is just fantastic. It is a favorable agreement. All of this is wonderful. For example, we have not had 5 instances in the past in which individuals have broken their agreements, regardless of whether they were made in China, Europe, or the United States. It has been done by everyone. Everyone has matured and grown. Everybody is looking for a little gap in their trade agreement that will benefit their country more than their rival's country. China was the most recent country to engage in this practice, which had the effect of undermining their tariff agreement with the United States by employing subsidiary firms to export goods to the United States in order to circumvent tariffs. Is it acceptable if I say that there will be a great deal more of this? And the United States of America is going to be dissatisfied with this. Tariffs are likely to be increased by them. Furthermore, they are going to begin charging the subsidiaries, among other things. Alright, I guess that's simply the way things work out. Tariffs are something that are really tough to just keep on, and trade wars are something that are going to be extremely ugly. Right, because of the subsidiaries, because you can establish a business in a different nation and just ship from there instead, and you can continue doing this over and over and over again. As long as it makes financial sense, that is the reason why firms are going to do this instead of paying the tariffs. However, we are going to wait and watch how Trump reacts to this. It is just a matter of business sense. We are going to observe the conversations that they have with the Chinese President Xi Jinping, and we are going to know the outcome of those negotiations. Additionally, we are going to observe the Secretary of Commerce. I want to play this footage for you guys because this is precisely what the Trump administration is intending and preparing to do. Howard Lutnick is claiming that tariffs are not going away, and I want to show you why. It is their desire that these tariffs remain in place permanently. That is their ultimate objective. There is a whole new source of money. It is true that they are intending to eliminate taxes on tips and other forms of compensation. However, contrary to what certain individuals have been claiming in the past, I do not believe that they would eliminate the income tax. My guess is that they are just looking for additional cash to finance their debt, which they are unable to pay off at the moment due to the interest rates that are already in place. Have a listen. However, you may rest confident that tariffs will not disappear. Because he possesses such a large number of other authority, even in the peculiar and rare scenario in which this was taken away, we just bring on another. This authority has been delegated to the president by Congress, and he intends to really exercise it. Exactly. They are in all seriousness setting it out for you guys in a way that is as obvious as day. In addition, I am very certain that this is going to be the situation going forward. I was saying before that they need to take action, so there is no use in speculating and claiming that they are going to go, because to tell you the truth, they need to take action. Aside from that, the United States of America is in a significant amount of difficulties. Additionally, we can observe that they are beginning to take a somewhat more confrontational stance with regard to the media, particularly with regard to those who have a favorable attitude towards the media and support the dissemination of false narratives and misleading information. Particularly noteworthy is the fact that Secretary Bessent recently silenced a reporter. I would want to play this video for you guys in a very short amount of time because I believe that it offers a really compelling story about what the future is going to look like over the next 5 or 6 months, or for the remainder of this year in general. The fact of the matter is that there will either be a decrease in inventory or an increase in prices for items, or both. You predicted that there would be a significant increase in inflation when we were here in March. To our knowledge, there has been no inflation. The inflation statistics are really the greatest they have been in the past 4 years. That being said, why don't we stop attempting to imply that something may occur and instead wait and watch what really takes place? Exactly. So this is just another issue to consider. Exactly. To tell you the truth, people keep stating that tariffs are going to bring inflation that is out of this world. Was on board with that belief as well. I just thought that made perfect sense from a logical standpoint, but it doesn't appear to be the case. To be honest, it appears that what is truly taking on here is that businesses are taking on the majority of the costs since they have come to the realization that customers are unable to pay for these things, and they already have extremely high profit margins anyhow. Apple products have a profit margin that is around 10 times higher than average. It is completely and utterly ridiculous. It goes without saying that these businesses are able to afford to eat. In fact, they are able to afford even a tariff of 150% if they have a profit margin of 10 times 1000%. I find that to be completely ludicrous. To answer your question, certainly what we are beginning to observe is that businesses are bearing the brunt of this. Firms who are selling out their nation and exporting all of these jobs offshore are losing customers, and consumers are starting to stop purchasing items from such firms. This location is experiencing a significant uprising. I am genuinely extremely pleased of a large number of people in the United States who are beginning to make better decisions with their financial resources. By not purchasing goods that are imported from overseas in order to take advantage of low-cost labor, American jobs are being lost. In my opinion, that is really a positive factor for the entire nation of the United States of America. Consequently, I can't wait to see more of this. As a result of the fact that this is how the United States of America genuinely handles a lot of their problems, I would want to see more individuals truly put forward this notion. It is now going to be native and flowing throughout the economy of the United States, as opposed to exporting all of this money and value elsewhere, which amounts to billions and billions of dollars, maybe even trillions at this point in time, each and every year. And this implies that the masses will have access to more money and riches. Yeah, ultimately, if these tariffs go high enough, the prices will stay the same. Even despite all of that, and these companies can still afford to turn a profit in the United States of America. Amazon turns a profit, and they have massive warehouses are shipping around. They're doing it right. It is indeed possible. And that's why Apple is investing billions of dollars into these gigafactories in Texas as well. They can afford to turn a profit in the United States of America. Don't let them tell you or make you believe anything else, because that is pure lies and BS, frankly speaking. Now that we have everything out of the way, I can say that this is an extremely exciting time. By means of these kinds of disputes, we are witnessing the globe becoming more linked, and a growing number of individuals are finding themselves in a position where they need to locate alternative fiat systems. To put this into